All right. Hope everyone is awesome. Welcome to the live. Hope everyone is doing awesome today. We are going to talk about, excuse me, we're going to talk about what it is about, quote unquote, this skinny revolution that we're on, when it comes down to building businesses and making more money. And this is based on a TikToker content creator by the name of Slim Kim. And she states that her favorite thing to be is skinny. This is on the YouTubes of the world. And it's very, very interesting that when we look at the dynamics of what it's like to make money, what it's like to be at your best self, like what does that look like for us, right? And so I got like seasonal allergies, you guys. So it's like, you know. So I just want to first of all tell you, definitely welcome to the live, welcome to the conversation. I'm Coach Jay, and I wanted to talk about what it is about women and why do we have such a resistance when it comes down to pretty much almost everything, because I don't understand what that's all about, right? But I just want you to consider a couple of things when it comes down to your health, your appearance, your self-esteem, and definitely the way that you want to be perceived. So let's just go through some disclaimers for content's sake, because obviously we want everyone to feel supported. Y'all say sit down. And see, I have to holler too with my child because this is a live video, so there's no editing. Um, so if you're watching live, comment live. If you're watching the replay, definitely comment replay. And I wanted to just kind of have a conversation again about this topic, but the disclaimers are this. Number one, um, everybody is welcome to hone in on this conversation. Also, um, we don't do body shaming here. We just want people to think, okay? And to think about um everything that it pertains to you, your life, and romanticizing your life as a business owner, as a woman. Almost like a little bit of Delulu is required. And then also you just have to make a decision. What do you want? What do you want? And I just want you, Lord have mercy. I just want you to feel a part of the conversation here because I do think it's worth us having a conversation about. Okay. So here we go. Here we go. Body positivity is in the eye of the beholder. I also do think that we sometimes say things to make ourselves feel better, and to almost feel as if we can be okay and to accept where we are, even though we may not like it. Okay. This is a sensitive topic. I understand. It's a very sensitive topic for a lot of people, and especially women who are just not at their ideal self. I used to be the same way. And in fact, I just got to a place within the last maybe couple of months, maybe 1 month or two, to discuss my weight loss because I did not feel good. I did not feel one with my body. I didn't feel one with the way that I looked. I thought that I let myself go. I did let myself go. And it happens. It happens. And things happen. Life happens, right? And our metabolism shifts, it shakes, it's it can be all over the place. It can be all over the place. But it gets to a place where you do have to start having a conversation with yourself and say, what do I want? Like, what do I truly want for my life? Right? What do I want for me? And when it comes down to, building a business, being one with yourself, being absolutely 100% unapologetic about who you are, I think that it is worth notating that a couple of things. Number one is that this is your life, and you definitely will have to be okay with whatever happens and create the life that you want and not settle. At some point, you're gonna have to like not settle anymore. You're gonna have to stop settling. That's just 100% true. You have to stop settling. Okay. And we have to get to a place where we're just going to make some decisions. So I'm about team be your own dream girl. I'm team be your own dream girl. Seriously. Okay. Especially in these times, we have to start thinking about, like, first of all, we're in the middle of what seemingly is a possible WAR. And I'm just trying to get Facebook to bring their little booties over here. Let's see. Have a seat in this room. If you know anyone that would be interested in having a conversation about this and to chime in the chat, feel free to send this link, the share link, and make sure you like this video so that we can get the algorithm going. If you're watching live, comment live. If you're watching the replay, comment replay. Give me some hearts. Let me know that you are here. I see Cha in the chat and Princess Lola in the chat. Welcome, welcome, ladies. So let's just, have a conversation about this. And the whole reason why I think that it's worth having this conversation is because I think women have over time settled. And I think what we have to do is kind of get to a place where have we been accepting less than our best? Right? Have we been accepting less than our best? I've been there. And sometimes if I'm not careful, I'm back and forth in it. Okay. So, I always got some stats, always got some key learning moments to support the evidence and support this conversation. And it's really about you. Okay. It's really about me. It's about us. It's about women in these times. What do we need to do to stop settling and accepting less than our best and actually start to stand up for ourselves and say, what do I truly want? What is important to me? And even though, yes, we have proven how smart we are, we have proven that we can think, we can make money, we can start businesses, we can, create digital products, we can do all these different things. We can, raise children, we can guide people to different results. But when it comes down to controlling what we can control, all of a sudden, all of a sudden we come up with all these excuses as to why we can't. Once again, another excuse of why we cannot. Okay. All right. Let me make sure my nose is, and y'all, it's a little chilly outside. I did not. I took this dog outside right before I sat here, and it was chilly outside, and I did not put on a coat. So if I got the little sniffles, I'm sorry. And then I got seasonal allergies on top of that. So anyway, so I don't want y'all to be like, she's just sniffing and sniffing and sniffing. But let's just go there. Let's just go ahead and go there. I'm seeing comments even from my Facebook post that I made. Let me see here. I want to make sure. I said on my YouTube, my profile, I said that the girl said, which was Slim Kim, and you can look up on TikTok if you have TikTok. Even if you don't have TikTok, you could probably look up on Google and see, because I know that a lot of these posts are, you know, they're out there. The girl said her favorite thing to be is skinny. The girlies are mad because her favorite thing to be is skinny. That's what she said. I said, I lost 44 pounds this year. My heaviest weight was 220 pounds at 5'3". Okay. I just wanted to make sure I notate that. I said, skinny I shall be, and I don't care what anyone says. Everybody doesn't like their thighs having subject verb agreements. I'm going live because why are the girlies mad at women that don't want BBLs and big backs? And we really made that a trend this year. Did y'all notice that? We made a trend that big backs were in, even though we teased about that. But in reality, a lot of us had big back behavior, and big back behavior is a product of self-awareness. Like, you know that you are not eating or you're not treating yourself right. So why are you joining in this big back behavior? Right? So we made fun of ourselves at our own self-esteem's expense. But also, what we have to acknowledge is that even though, yes, you've done well, and we're all beautiful. Like, don't get me wrong. I want to make sure I'm very clear that you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you have what it takes, but we have to understand that most women, when they are older, you're getting older, especially if you're 30 plus, you want to be at the best at your game. It's about being the best at your own game. And that's just straight up. You deserve to look and feel. And I always say this, you got to look how you want to look and feel what you want to feel. All right. So research. If y'all here chomping in the back, this Beyonce eating her food. Okay. Don't get me started. Do not get me started. If you're coming in, y'all, if you're watching live, comment live. If you're watching the replay, definitely comment replay. This would help my algorithm. This is free value. This is free game. Please, please, please let me know. Put some hearts. Like this video. Let me know that you're here. I know that y'all are probably driving or sitting around washing dishes or doing whatever that y'all doing, sitting at your desk working, and you're listening to me, but definitely chime in. Just all you gotta do is click that like button. That would greatly help this channel. Okay. All right. Now, research has indicated, thank you, Lola. Research has indicated that body weight can influence women's earnings and career opportunities. We do know this, particularly in the business setting. Hey, Stacy. Let's see here. So we know that studies have found that, overweight and obese women often face, that wage gap, that wage penalty in so many ways. We do know this. Is it weird I watch the ads? No, it's not weird. You can watch the ads if you want to. Feel free. Feel free if you want to. So I'm gonna let me go back to my journey. Okay, let me go back to my personal journey. I've always been a smaller frame. And please let me make sure I'm clear on this too, is that just because you're small, just because you're skinny, just because you're lean, does not always mean that you're quote unquote healthy by Western civilization or Western society's terms. Okay. Because you have to realize that it is America's job to keep you sick. It's also America's job to continue to create problems. And when I say, let me take that back, because America is the land, US is the actual government. Okay. So they have this thing where profit is pain, or profit comes from pain. And so it is profitable to keep you sick. Okay, everybody knows this. This is not anything new. This is not, and just because I'm an individual creating content, and I would hope that y'all will understand and know this, right? So I don't have to create disclaimers for this, but I do want to make sure that I'm saying these things because I do recognize that young people do watch YouTube. So if they come across this channel, they'll know exactly where I stand. But just because you are small, if you're skinny or whatever does not mean you are healthy. Okay. Blood pressure regulated, diabetes not present, sugar look, like they used to say back in the day, your sugar is right. When it comes down to your body is your temple. And so it's really important that you start to feed it well. And I know that we live in a very fast-paced society because everything is built on convenience. Okay. It's built on short-term thinking, no time, productivity, efficiency. We want to do everything quick. Come on, y'all say, get back in here. And so I just want to make sure that I am calling that out. All right. So in my journey, I've always been smaller framed. I was a cheerleader in high school. I was also into like dance and stuff like that. When I went to college, my small frame did not leave me. I worked out pretty much every day. I worked out every day. I, went to dance. I worked out at the gym. I kept myself small. And that was just because it was just in me because I worked out even in high school. So either you went to the military or you were just always like, if you were always into sports and things like that, athletics, or cheer or dance or whatever, it was just in you to stay small. If that was something that was embedded in you. Say, come here. And so when I graduated, I think it was like 120 pounds or whatever. But, you know, when I got married and my first time getting married, I got married and I got pregnant about 2 years after I got married. And it was like my body just blew up from there. And that's because I just, kind of got lazy and I was in corporate America. And my body just changed. And so it was really, really difficult for me to come back down after that. So I literally had to get out of the relationship I was in order for me to pick myself back up because I was too stressed out. And I think that also has a lot to do when you are in different relationships and situationships and stuff like that. Is keeping you in a space of, worry and emotional turbulence. And depending on how you cope with stress, like the way I cope with stress is that I began to eat my emotions, right? So I ate what I was feeling. So if I ate like I felt bad, I ate bad. If I felt sad, I just ate like I felt, so the food was piling on. So after I got out of the relationship, out of that marriage, I dropped the weight. Like, and people ask, they're like, why is it that when y'all, like, women leave relationships that they just like, they snap back, they get their lives together, their skin is glowing, because one of my theories is simply because I think when women are stressed out, they can't see past anything, even though working out is supposed to be a stress reliever. It's supposed to be something that helps you manage. Get down, girl. Get down. If she wants to play, she just ate. She's a crazy dog. She's so crazy. Um, But I'm saying, Vicky said profits from problem solving. Yes, therefore, people being unhealthy brings cash. That is absolutely correct. 100%. Also, when women get out of these relationships and they start to bounce back, it's definitely a stress response and it's a recovery method for yourself. But see, one of the things also that it can happen is that if you're not careful, you will only associate weight loss and looking your best. Hey, Calandra. Hello. You will associate looking your best or losing weight just to advertise, right? You're marketing yourself again for possibly another relationship. And I know this is a subconscious thing. Some women, they will do that. They will associate like, okay, let me get back out here in the market. Let me get back out here in the market. And your subconscious is thinking, especially if you've been married before. And it was one of the things for me. I know for me, because I was young. I was like 27, 28-ish. So I was still in my 20s. And so I got married again. So when I got small again, I dropped all that weight. I got all the way back into a 6. So going from, and see, I was never in the twos. I was like 170, 180. And I just thought that was like, oh my gosh, like even that's still, a lot on a 5'3" frame. I was really just still kind of like, oh my goodness, I got to get this down. And I literally got back down to a 6. And then I met my second husband. And when I tell you, like, it was fine up until I got stressed out again. And that marriage turned toxic. And here I was back again, eating my emotions, get it back up to where I was. And I was so upset with myself. I know. Because I still can't get over the fact that you're 5'3". I am the shortest out of my sisters. Both of my sisters are taller than me. I'm the shortest in my family. And like my best friend, she's taller than me. But everybody calls me little. They're like, oh, you're so little. I'm like, I'm not that little. I feel like I'm average height, but that's me. But yeah, I'm a little on the lower end of the 5 foot team. But just to kind of like bring it home in so many ways, like I just kept eating my emotions. Again, I had to go through losing the person to lose the trauma built in my muscle. Do y'all get what I'm saying? A lot of the weight that we're carrying is pure trauma and emotional weight. It's not water weight, it's a lot of trauma. It's a lot of emotional based issues that are embedded in our muscle. Okay. So just FYI, in so many ways, like we have to start thinking about like we're holding on to this old energy. Okay. And this is my first time even talking about this on my channel or any of my lives like this. I've talked about weight loss and things like that earlier this year. When it comes to y'all say, please stop. Like she's so busy. I don't know. She said people are always firecrackers. I'm fat. Oh my God, y'all. So that is too hilarious. Um, so I've talked about weight loss and things like that earlier this year when I was talking about dating. And I talked about how women, we have to start paying attention to our bodies. We got to start paying attention to our frames and what we want to feel. It's also about like self-esteem, self-confidence. It's a very interesting topic. And I just want like women to start feeling good about themselves again. And I know that many times that we put the body positivity movement and I've heard people say like when I see shows like with models and stuff like that, and then they'll see a plus size model and say, oh, a real body, and I'm like, why is that a real body? Like, why is, and I understand that we want the all-inclusive piece to it. Child said, I can see physical weight being a reflection of spiritual weight. Child, please explain. I would love to know. I kind of think I know where you're going. I kind of know where you're going, but I would love to, I want you to kind of expound. I'd love for you to expound. The dog is crazy. So real quick, I want to talk about the studies have shown that overweight and obese women do often face money penalties, wage penalties, and all of that. So we do have issues with weight. Okay. I really wanted to, let me see. And Chad, would love for you to kind of chime in. I'm waiting on your answer too. Because we got to get that down. We got to start taking care of ourselves for real. Mm-hmm. We gotta get better at that. Shaw said everything is spiritual first. So those heavy burdens manifest in the body. I do agree. I definitely agree. 110%. So the average weight, I'm very curious. So the average, let me see here. This was between, this is 2015 and 2018. I don't know if this is recent. Let me see here. The average weight by age group. Here we go. Black women. Black women. No, let me do y'all last. Baby, let me tell you. Hispanic women, average weight, 168 pounds. Okay. Hispanic women, 168 pounds. Mexican American, 172 pounds. Okay. Asian women, 135. That's average. Okay. White women, 170. Black women, you ready? Some of y'all? Ready? Give me some hearts if you ready. Because I know most of the women that's watching are black. Okay. Woo. Baby, is you ready? Look, here we go. For women, black women. Hey, Taylor. 188.5. Let me say it again. Look, 188.5. Okay. Was that Khaleesi? She said, oh. Mhm. That's what we at. I'm gonna go back through it again just in case. Hispanic women, 168. Mexican American, 172. White, 170.9. Asian, 135 pounds. And black, 188.5. Okay, yeah. So let's just look at the age groups too. So let's look at the fact that even for average weight for adult women aged 20 and over in the United States, the highest weight for this age, which is, the highest in age, is between, if y'all hear when y'all say being extra she in the back, 40 to 49. So my age group. So 40 to 49 is the heaviest. and it's 178.1. And that's all the groups together, right? So the age 40 to 49, we have the heaviest. 178 pounds, 0.1, 178.1. The smallest group, obviously, is 80 and over at 149.7. But 20 to 29, I'm very like, this is really interesting. 20 to 29 is 165 pounds right now. Like, that's the average weight of that, of the like Gen Z and younger millennials. Very interesting, right? Um, and I know in the South, if you're watching live, comment live. If you're watching a replay, comment replay. Um, I'm just it's very interesting, right? So North America, is the what is it called? The average weight for North America, which includes Canada, America, that whole area, Mexico in so many ways. I believe, no, I think Mexico, I don't know if they're trying to loop it in with Latin America, Caribbean. Anyway, North America, 177 pounds. Okay. Stop, Beyonce. 177 pounds. Asia is 127. Oh, Kyla, I'm gonna look at your comment and see a little bit of it. But Asia is 127, Europe is 156, Africa is 133. Interesting. Oceania is 163. Interesting. Europe 156, and good old North America coming in at the heaviest, 177 pounds. So see, this is my question right here too, is, you know, America has more gyms than any place in the world. More gyms. Okay. In fact, I would even go out on a limb to say that even in other countries, like they don't make it, like we have a lot of urban areas that are far away from each other, like the cities are. So us walking to different places, like we just don't have, especially in the South, it's very spread out. Cars are necessary. We're sedentary on our jobs. The food is fake. Okay. So when people tell me like, oh, it's all about health, it's all about health. First of all, the food ain't even real. I mean, we have more chemicals, more preservatives in our food than any other place on this planet. Our food is literally our issue. Okay. I'm just want to make sure that we're putting it out there. I don't think we should be doing a whole lot of heavy weightlifting. We do the most when it comes down to weight loss. It's a weight loss kink. I mean, it's a high workout kink, and I just think it's diabolical that we work out so hard. Like we're lifting weights, we're doing all this extra deep, thick running. And I'm looking at other countries, I'm like, they don't even work out. Like some of them don't even have gyms. Like everybody is skinny in these other places. But why is it that, America is so fat? America is so big. America is so unhealthy. And it's because of the food. And we've been tricked to believe that, oh, you have to get in this gym and you got to you got to do this 10-part workout. And really, to be honest, like, as far as women are concerned, like our only workout really is walking and maybe light jogging. I don't think women are supposed to put themselves through all this strenuous workout. Now that's me on a natural level. I've never believed that we were supposed to be doing all this weightlifting and all this hardcore running and hardcore fitness. Like we're not, like, miss me with that. I'm sorry. I just don't believe it. Now, do I think you should? I mean, that's up to you. But I've always been able to, in the past, the biggest thing for us is eating. And I think food is our biggest issue. And absolutely, Sasha says in other countries, they walk a lot as well. We drive everywhere. Absolutely. When we're sedentary, we sit down for our jobs. We do a lot of sit down stuff. And especially depending on where you live or where you're from, especially in the South, it is a delicacy to have gravy on everything, to have excessive salt on everything, to have smothered pork chops and smothered, like everything is just ridiculously smothered. Pork, barbecue, extra sauce. Yante, get back in here. Gravy, sausage. Give me an extra sausage. Give me extra cheese, and just a lot of like. Okay, so all right, Jay, like we get it, right? But now what? Because what does that mean? Like, oh, sugar, yeah, sugar makes us crazy. Heavy cream. I'm lactose intolerant. So I can't even like do dairy like that. Like everything I drink, like as far as my Starbucks has to be either oat milk or coconut milk. I can't not. I don't even do soy because I know soy is not good for women at all. But definitely I am not, you know what I mean? Like I'm just not. I just can't. If I do any kind of milk like that, I'm done. Like I'm down for 2 days, you know. So you have to just be very mindful of things and what you're capable of eating. But let me go back up and let's correlate, let's bring some clarity to the conversation. I wanted to go to the comments. Sasha said, every time I look at pictures and movies from the 90s, I see how everyone looked beautiful and slim and had flat abs. What happened? I don't think the food was that bad. Like I really feel like the food was much purer back then in the 90s, in my opinion. And I also believe that we were just more active. We didn't have the internet like that. We didn't have Wi-Fi. We didn't have to, we went and we watched TV, we danced, we were active, we were outside. I think I was the last generation to really enjoy the outside as a generation. Like we used to go and ride our bikes, we used to walk to the candy lady, we used to do all kinds of stuff. And then after that, it's like our children just stopped going outside because people got weird. Unless you're in a neighborhood, you can go to the playground or whatever, but it's just same for me, Kyla. I do honey in my coffees and my lattes. I don't do sugar, like white sugar. Um, but for me, I got to a place where I was just like, I gotta fix my life. Like I just gotta fix my health. Like this is ridiculous. Um, So when I got out of my second marriage, like I said, I've lost the weight again. So again, I was taking my body through these ups and downs, in and out. And then I started to associate um, weight loss and stuff like that with being in a place where I'm entertaining a man. And obviously centering men. Cause I was like, oh, let me get this weight down, baby, because whatever. I associated that with like, dating and stuff. But in Houston, like I lived in Houston for a long time. Houston, in my humble opinion, and I lived kind of over there by the Galleria. So it was a very health conscious. I lived over there by Memorial City. So Kalandra, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Anybody from Houston or lived in Houston? Um, I used to live by that park. So I used to go and walk. It was a 3 mile kind of track. And I used to walk before I went to go get Maddie from school because her school was literally right around the corner from the park. And so I went vegan. I don't understand. I really don't understand. Uh, but I went vegan and it was easy for me to go vegan because of the health conscious restaurants that were around, salads. And then I was able to cook. I was working from home for Manpower Group. And so I just had the life where I was able to enjoy my life and to eat great. Y'all say about to go outside and She about to be a wild mini golden doodle in a minute. Uh, um, so I say all these things to say is that when I moved back to when I moved back to Tennessee, that's when it all happened. Like I went from Texas, healthy eating, feeling good, to going back to Memphis, where I am now, and back to pork, back to barbecue, back to um all the things. And I'm looking like, what the heck? You know what? And I think she's looking at the door. I may have to turn this ring light off, y'all, because I think she's associating she's looking at me in the reflection and thinking that, so I'm gonna turn this off. Because she was looking at me in the thing. Okay. Yes, Vicky, Memphis is very famous. We have a lot of barbecue. We do a lot of barbecue here. We do a lot of bacon. We do a lot of all of that. We do a lot of that. And so smoked sausage, y'all say, shh, come here. So we do sausages, baked potato, like smothered baked potato, like full blown with sour cream, chives, bacon. Like everything has to be extra, right? Oh, it's ridiculous. We got to smother everything with syrup. So what am I saying? What's my point? Is that I got caught up in the hype. I got caught up in hype. My best friend was like, girl, I'm gonna lose weight, da, da, da. And I'm like, okay, girl, me too. And then I was looking like, I can't, like, I don't have any self-control. I don't have any self-control. And so when you don't have self-control, you will go back to your default, which is eating your emotions if you're not disciplined. We do have a Camille. If I see one more hot wing place open, I'm gonna throw some. I can't stand it. And in the South, especially in the South, there is such a social acceptance in the South, a cultural acceptance in the South, that big butt, big, just a big frame, big hips, big tail, like that is a sign of, oh, that girl knows how to cook. She know how to throw down. And oh yeah. So it's almost like thick, um have it. And this is why I felt like, in my humble opinion, that when men saw bigger women, they associated that with food. They associated that with, oh, I know she could throw down, I just need her skills. And I'm gonna tell you, I did attract a certain kind of man when I was leaner versus bigger. I'm just being honest. Again, this is not to shame anybody, but there was a, like, and don't get me wrong, you can attract whatever you want, because I know it really don't matter the size, and I want to make sure I'm very crystal clear about that. The arms that aunties have let you know if they can cook. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. And gluttony is the only sin that the church celebrates. Baby, we will throw some food. We will have potlucks. We will have um after church, we will have dinners. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's insane. It's insane. We celebrate food. And then if you don't eat, they're looking at you crazy. Like, is that all you're eating? It's so annoying. It's so annoying. It's very, very much so annoying. But I gotta say this. I gotta put this out here. When it comes out to social acceptance, okay, here we go. Western societies, leaner bodies, leaner body types are often idealized in media, fashion, and advertising. Thinness, listen to me, thinness is frequently associated with health and attractiveness. Okay. Um, The rise of fitness cultures, okay, has contributed to the perception that being lean is synonymous with being disciplined, healthy, and successful. Let me say this again. The rise of fitness culture has contributed to the perception that being lean is synonymous with being disciplined, healthy, and successful. And I can kind of low-key agree. I can low-key agree. I'm not saying that when you're on the bigger side that, you know, I'm just saying it can happen. Okay. Professional settings. Professional settings. Y'all say, stop. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. That's a no. Ain't nobody at the door. Just come here. Lord Jesus. Come over here. So in business, leaner women might be perceived as more put together or disciplined, which can come here, can be aligned with stereotypes of leadership and success. Research shows that physical appearance often influences hiring, promotions, and earnings. So we can argue that that is from a standpoint of the numbers and the research and data that yes, leaner women do tend to make money. Now we do have exceptions. So I don't want you to say, well, my sister, she's overweight and she make a lot of money. I didn't say your sister. We said at large. Okay. So I think we have to start having conversations around understanding, surveying and population samples and size of the samples and the people that are being interviewed and surveyed. Come here, boo. Come here. So body positivity movements, they have been challenged, and I think that it was, we don't, the FOMO thing, right? I never really subscribed to the body positivity movement. I never did. Even when I was bigger, I didn't, I didn't, I was like, why are we celebrating this? Just, but that was me. I didn't like being big. I never liked being big. Okay. So now what am I saying? This is not to shame anybody. I'm giving you my personal stance. Okay. I'm not saying that you have to feel the same way I do. And I'm not here to shame anybody. But what I am here to do is to bring some awareness around the fact that you deserve to be okay and sit in the fact, like, I do want to be my own dream girl. Like if I'm going to be my own dream girl, what does that look like? And I know you're going to say things like, well, why can't I be the dream girl at the size I am? Then do that. But I would guess that many of us want to be who we want to be. And we want to be good. We want to feel good. We want to feel attractive to, even to ourselves. It ain't got to be for nobody. That's just a byproduct. The opportunity Kim K gets with somebody different than what she got before. I know people love to hate on Kim. I ain't got nothing to do with what she doing. I think she, whatever they say is what they say. But that girl is a beast when it comes down to business. It's just come here. She's a beast in business, and that's just the bottom line. It's just the truth. Okay, it's just the truth. So when it comes down to leaner women, and see, that's the West Coast too, y'all. Like the West Coast, and y'all let me know if you're in the West Coast. Y'all already know, like LA. You better not go over it. I went to LA a couple of times, and every time I went there, and I'm like, everybody here is so beautiful. Like everybody's skin's pure glass. Everybody looks good. Everybody's fit. Everybody look amazing. And I'm just looking like y'all look like everybody's on reality TV over here. Everybody's on reality TV. Okay. Everybody's on reality TV because everybody looking good. Okay. So interesting, right? But in the South, if you are big, you're accepted. You're thick, right? But if you start to lose weight, people are going to say things like, oh, well, you're too small. Like, don't get too little. Don't disappear. And it's like, but I understand that the culture of it is more so about size, confidence, not wanting to feel like, like, wow, she's getting smaller. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be very honest with you. You do attract opportunities. Stop y'all saying, stop it. You do attract opportunities. So when it comes down to, come here. When it comes down to platforms like Instagram, TikTok, amplify idealized body images, promoting leaner physiques as inspirational for men. I mean, for women, often tied to trends like Pilates bodies or clean girl aesthetics. However, we have to start thinking about what do I truly want? Yeah, or she on that stuff. I can't stand it. I don't understand why people act the way they do. Okay. I just don't understand. So I think it's very unfortunate as well. But when we look at other cultures, like Eastern cultures, right? A lean frame has been associated with refinement. Y'all see what I said, right? Eastern is based on its refinement, discipline, and modesty. And it reflects cultural ideas of restraint and propriety. In some regions, this is on a traditional value level. In some regions, particularly in the South and East Asia regions, okay, lighter and smaller frames are often linked to femininity and grace. Let me cook. Let me cook. Globalization and Western media have brought Western beauty standards to Eastern societies, which increases the preference for leaner body types, especially among younger generations. Okay. So the association of thinness is with affluence. So check this out. Affluence and success has grown due to the rise of international beauty standards, etc. So here we go. Health and wellness movements in Asia. So Japan, Korea, China, and anybody that has visited or lived in those regions, I would love your take. Y'all are more than welcome to comment. I would love to know. So in these particular places, like I just named, being lean is often tied to health consciousness and self-care. Let me see here, like yoga, Tai Chi, herbal medicine. In South Korea, physical appearance, including thinness, plays a significant role in securing jobs, which is often perceived as a reflection of discipline and capability. Kyla, like she said, her partner is Indian, and the way his family talks about weight is so different. Like, what kind of things do they say, Kyla? I'm very curious. I'm always curious about what other cultures think. You see what I'm saying? You know, it's really interesting. It's very interesting. This is just all very interesting. So when we think about the associations between skinnier women and wealth and opportunities and money, this is the association on a widespread level. That means from the top down in so many ways, like how people perceive you. Because when I was bigger, yes, I was still a coach. Yes, I was still like knocking it out the park. But sometimes we hide behind the weight too. We hide behind the weight because we don't want to feel seen. And I knew that that was the issue for me. I knew that was the issue for me. But when it comes down to the associations with leaner women, oh, they associate weight with laziness. Ooh, I sure was lazy. Okay, let me keep on reading. The 10 associations between leaner women and wealth, opportunities, and money. Number one is discipline and self-control. So leaner women are often perceived as disciplined in managing their health and their lifestyle, which translates into perceptions of capability. So you being leaner can also align with being a person or a woman who is capable. That's really interesting. You know, health conscious. In some societies, being lean is linked to having the financial means to afford healthier food, fitness routines, beauty regimens, and signaling higher socioeconomic status. Now, before you get in your feelings, like, well, Jay, you know, I'm poor, or I'm, you know, or I know a lot of poor people that are skinnier. I'm talking about put together, okay? Put together, and there's a different posture that you carry too, you know. So we got to also think about that. Let me see here. Fashion and branding. Fashion and branding. Leaner women are often preferred in industries such as fashion, modeling. And I'm going to tell you this too. It's just a better shopping experience. It's a better shopping experience when you are leaner. I'm telling you that straight up. Very different for me when I was a 14, 16, not that long ago. Literally, I would struggle with shopping. I would struggle with the shopping. I really would. And I said to myself, I'm so tired of struggling to go shop. I'm so tired of like, I want to be able to shop where I want to shop and go where I want to go and order what I want to order without like feeling some type of way and not feeling um attractive in my clothes. Now that's me, right? That was me. So I wanted to have a better shopping experience when it came down to um you know, myself and pick it. Yes, it was always a pain for me, plus size clothes. So research indicates that leaner women are more likely to be perceived as competent and capable in client facing or public roles. Um, Now I'm not saying that that is always the case, but it's perceived. Y'all see, the magic word here is perceived, perception. Okay. So it doesn't mean it's reality. It's just perceived. Okay. It's the eye of the beholder. Um, and we do live in a very vain society. We do 100%. Media representation in films, advertisements, and other media tends to favor leaner women, giving them broader access to opportunities. Okay. So just like I said, if you just coming in here, I was talking about the races of like who was bigger or more obese when it came down to um the weight, who was bigger. Black women, we got to get it together. We're too big. Okay. We're just too big. We got to get it together. We got to pull it down. I understand. I understand. I understand. But I know that much of that is food and a lot of that is built up trauma. But I'm going to tell you this, you can do it. Okay, you can do it. You need to just push. You need portion control, walking, more fruits, more vegetables, more salads, more water in your day, flushing out your system, taking probiotics, taking your vitamins, supplements and things of that nature. Like just take care of yourself. Your skin is going to tell you that you're on the right track. Because if your skin is like your indicator. Okay. I just want to make sure that's clear. Okay. Um, the clearer the skin, the better. That means you're taking care of yourself in so many ways, in most cases. Um, when we look at making more money, um, if you're not showing up, and I'm getting ready to close with this, if you're not showing up in your business because of your confidence, okay, you know, if it's if you're not showing up because you lack confidence and you're avoiding showing up because of the way you feel like you look, then we have to start thinking about, I am slowing myself down based on things that I can control. And if I know that all I have to do is get my booty in somewhere and walk, or get on a treadmill and walk and just get my body, because the thing is that energy is trapped in your body. Like, it's trapped in your muscle. It's trapped in this fat. It's it's all these toxins that need to be flushed out. And a lot of that is going to come by way of you doing whatever it takes. Like, I don't know what that looks like for you. It's totally up to you, but you've got to make a choice. You got to make a decision, not a choice. You got to make a decision. You know, I want, like, we should all be skinny. And it's not even about like body dysmorphia and all this other stuff. It's really about like, how am I, like, how do I feel about my life? How do I feel in my clothes? How do I feel when I show up online? If I do not like the way I'm showing up, then I get a chance to decide different. If I don't like the way I'm showing up, then I get to do something. I get to choose something else. And this year was this was the year of 8 for me. And the word that I had for this year was focus. The word I had for this year was focus. And it was time for me to get focused. You know, that was very, very, that was very important to me, because it really meant that I had to stop the excuses. I had to take radical responsibility for my life. And so I did get help. I did. I went and got help. I went to a clinic. And I know that some of y'all are against what I'm getting ready to say, but I tried everything. But this is the thing for me, though. I had to do something. And I began to pour into my own self. And I said, okay, all I got to do is get myself to a point and I can pick it up from there. It was just so discouraging to go back and forth in these diets, back and forth, trying this diet, trying that diet. And I was like, I'm tired of dieting. And then I would eat well, and then a trigger would happen, right? Or I would get stressed out about something, or my cycle would be getting ready to come on. I would get super hormonal, and there I go back to, eating crazy again, right? Those big, stop eating those big bag salads. Yeah, right, with the extra cheese and the extra meat, and you only have like this much lettuce, and it'd be the iceberg, the iceberg lettuce. It's so funny. So I would feel some type of way. Like, I just got to a place where I was just like, you know what, I'm done. And I saw one of my friends and she had lost a lot of weight. And I was like, girl, what did you do? Because you look good. Like, what did you do? And when she told me what she did, I was like, ooh, okay. Okay, let me go ahead and put this out for the record. I started off with Ozempic. I may have told a couple of y'all, like, I remember having a conversation with some of you, but I start off with Ozempic, and I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm gonna be transparent, 100%. Now, with Ozempic, yes, the weight came right off. It really did. But at the expense of the side effects, which was nausea, because I would that's why I have been very quiet about what I did, because some people ask me, what did I do? And because I know that we live in a society where it's like, you don't need to do this. You need to focus on just eating healthy. And when you are someone that's like I tried that, but then it was like these food triggers I would have. And I said, if I could just get myself down to a certain level, I can take it from there. And so it was important to me. Like I said, if I wanted to get, like my goal was to get to the 150s and then take it from there. Like get off of everything, I can take it because I would have built my perception of myself. I would have built the stamina and the understanding and perception of myself to start programming my mind that I'm healthier. Now, again, I did not stay on Ozempic. Okay. I didn't stay on it because Ozempic, the side effects were just too much for me. Thank you, Vicky. The side effects too much for me. And so I got off of it. I did tell my the nurse practitioner, she's amazing. And they've been like cheering me on the whole time. I don't document. I didn't look, and I hate that I did because my friend was like, "Girl, you need to document that for like your YouTube." Like, I don't want anybody to know I'm on this stuff. And I said to myself, because I know that we do want to promote healthy living. Like we do. I do believe in healthy living. This is the first time that I took a weight loss like drug like this ever in my life. And it was just because like my metabolism, I was like, making all these excuses, but I said, I'm not going to continue to sit in this state and I'm not going to continue. I have to do something and I'll just get it together later. But I had to do something. So I switched from that over to Monjero. Tirzepatide, I believe is the generic. Semaglutide was what the Ozempic was, and then I switched over to tirzepatide. Much better, more expensive, but much better. I noticed everybody stop like commenting. I hope y'all ain't mad at me. I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. No, but I feel like people have to do what they want, they need to do for themselves, but understanding that there are side effects and consequences to everything. So I always tell people that if you're going to do something like that, just make sure you do your own research. Um, and you have to feel very confident in your own ability, but don't stay on there long. Like don't take these synthetic. Vicky said I used to follow your old fitness IG. You're Vicky. Oh my God. Which one, Jamie? Which one you're on? Um, Yeah, Ozempic was just a little bit too much for me. I would be down for 3 days. Like I would be so down for 3 days. Like the nausea was so much for me. It was way too much for me. But when I switched to Monjero, tirzepatide, it was so much better for me. Just simply because the side effects are not as bad. It's just not. So I just want to make sure that, you know, but again, I'm going back to this. Do not feel like, oh, I'm just, I'm going to, no, like do your research. But I would prefer, like, if I could really just advocate for healthier lifestyle, like living and food and just disciplining yourself, like doing a cleanse, getting all the gunk out, and then moving over into like a healthier living. I say do that because you'll have the discipline, but also, people don't realize, like, I feel like you also need to have something in place for emotional triggers or stressors. And what happens if you are on your menstrual? Like, what do you need to do in order um, to manage your hormones and also your appetite ups and downs? Because it does play a huge part in how you show up and how you eat. Okay. Now, one thing I do advocate too is that sometimes once a month I'll go and get the IV, what is it called? The IV hydration. There's one right around the corner from my house. And then I do that once a month just to kind of replenish, hydration and really feel good and give my body another boost. Um So I just want to make sure that people understand, like, if you're going to take something like this, um, like you have to just be, real with yourself and say, am I ready? Like, any consequences come from this? Like, you have to just be, like, I'm comfortable with the consequences. But again, it comes with not being on this stuff forever. You don't want to become dependent on it. So this is actually, I'm gonna go back. I was 200. Let me go back to my document. My notes. In 2023, my highest weight ever on record was 220. That's really like, yeah, I was definitely, that's the biggest I've ever been. And that's just not cool for me. I knew then I had to make a change. So January 14th of 2024, I clocked in at 214.9. That was January 14th of this year. Then I was documenting, I don't know what happened, but then I'm skipping all the way down. Thank you, Vicky. Jamie, what are you on? You said same here. I'm on it now. Which one are you on? Um, I'm skipping down to September. So September I got down to 179 finally. Because I was on Ozempic and then I stopped Ozempic and I got to a place I was like, I'm not going to do Ozempic. So I went like almost a month and a half, almost 2 months without doing nothing. And so when I went back to my nurse, I was like, I can't do Ozempic. So I got started on Mounjaro. And then, so like I said, September, I got to 179. Um, Skip it to October. Towards the end of October, I think it was at 175. And now I'm clocked in at 171. So biggest thing for me is portion control, eating less, eating intentionally and intuitively, and then knowing when to stop. Even if I have to get a kid's meal somewhere or a very small portion of salads, I always get salads. That's period. And I don't feel like I have to binge. I don't feel like I have to eat my emotions. I can sit with my emotions and process my emotions accordingly without putting all this, greasy cheese, extra into my body because again, I take my job as a coach very seriously. Okay. And one of the things, like I said, for MCEO school, we are going to have a module and a course about healthier living for a CEO and body consciousness. So your temple is something that you're going to live in, even though, yes, I didn't do it the holistic way in so many ways, but I am a primary like supporter of women doing what they need to do to feel good about themselves, but at the same time, making the new default all about health. Okay. So that's just me. So where I am now is like I'm at 171. My goal is to get to at least 157, 158, and then I'm stopping. Okay. So I want to make sure like I'll be done with this stuff and then I'm off. Um, so I'm excited about that. So I'm gonna try my best to speed through this, just get to it, and then get it to the 150s, and I'll feel much better. And then I can take it from there. I'll be like, I'm done. I don't want to do that stuff no more. I'm good. So but I just want everybody to feel like going into the new year, there's another chapter, there's another awakening for me on this other side of things. And I feel like God is preparing me, just like Vicky was saying. She said, you're going up to your next level by any means necessary. You're in your Jeff Bezos era, body changing everything. Yes. Camille, no, I was saying I was on to Mounjaro. I was on Ozempic at first, and then I got off of Ozempic, and now I am on Mounjaro. Okay. So yeah, so I've been on Mounjaro for a couple of months, and it's just much better side effects wise. Like I don't have the nausea and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Um, but the next era for me, I want to feel good about myself. And I think that's very important as I coach women. And it's not for attractive or, I'm girl trying to manifest a man, girl. No, it really has nothing to do with them. Ain't got nothing to do with them, okay? Ain't got nothing to do with them. But it has everything to do with my confidence. I want everyone to feel good. I think we should all like next summer. Okay. Everybody should just go and just be on the beach. And we should be in our, two pieces and cute keyhole. What is it called? The side out, the cutout sides with our, bathing suits and looking like snacks. Thank you, Camille. Thank you. Um, yeah, we just have to. I think we're in an era now, right? Life is too short. Can I just put that on notice? Let me go put my coach's hat on. Life is too short, right? In so many ways, United States, people are like, oh, but you got to be healthy. I'm like, girl, the food is fake. Okay. The food is fake. Like, ain't no telling what we eat. That's right, Vicky. Period. And I just want you to start thinking about like, okay, if I'm going to be in this lifetime, baby, I can't be short stepping. Okay. There's just too much in me, trapped in me, all this good in me. Like, I just want to have the best life. I want to have the best life I'm supposed to have. Why can't I have that? Why can't I just walk in that? Right. So, one of the things I just want us to start thinking about is moving into a season where you are taking more control of your health. You're taking more control of your perception of yourself, how you care for yourself, and what does it take for you to be at your best self. My daughter and I were getting ready to move way out into the suburbs, like past the city limits, which I'm very excited about because it's peace and it's just going to be beautiful, and it's going to be just luxury, and I want to be in pretty. Y'all know how I feel about pretty spaces. I want to work in pretty spaces, and for where we're going in this next era, in this next season, is going to require very strong focus. Very strong focus. So basically, that's pretty much, the conversation, which I think, like, don't be afraid to just step into your dream girl era. It's about dream girl era, you know, just do you and make a decision that's best for you, whether it's a cleanse or a fast or whatever it is, just do what's best for you, but just make sure that you're taking care of yourself and taking accountability. Because we can no longer keep saying that, oh, well, it's just so much going on. Like, it's always something going on. When is it not nothing going on? When are you going to take control? Oh, Lord, there's nothing to worry about. Like, I'm not worried about HOAs. Yeah, I'm actually renting a really, really nice apartment. It's a brand new community. And it's so nice out there. And I'm so excited because this is my second time I'm going to look out there. And when I looked out there the second time, I was like, I want it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I want this. And the amenities are everything. Peloton bikes. They have 2 freshwater pools. Very, very good shopping. They're building so much out there in that area. And my best friend, she's moving out there, which is really exciting. Not in the same community, but she's in the same area. And I have friends out there, which I'm very excited about. So I'll be closer to people. And then there's an Orange Theory. If you've been following me, then I used to be a member of Orange Theory, and I stopped going Orange Theory, but now I found an Orange Theory out there, and I'll be joining again. So I love Orange Theory. I can't go to the gym and work out. Like, I can't. I have to have classes. I have to have people like telling me to go. I am not one of those women that can just freely, unless I'm on a treadmill, I can lift a couple of weights, but if I'm going to a gym, I'm not going to do right. Thank you. Yep. Vicky remember, she said, I remember your OT days ago. I used to film it every single time I used to go to Orange Theory. And I used to work, they used to work us. I'm gonna say this too, Lola. She said, I want to move to Cary, North Carolina, and it's so nice and peaceful. I think that that is something that everybody should be like thinking about in the next couple of years. Like, move where you want to move. Like, seriously. Like, I'm so thank you, Camille. I'm really being serious. Like, I think everybody should just go, like, from this point forward, just move where you want to move. I'm a faith person. So everything I'm doing, I'm always stretching my faith. I'm always stretching my belief system. I'm like, when can I do this? And when can I do? I just there's just no reason why you should be settling for. There's no reason. Like I was about to settle here for another year because I didn't feel like quote unquote moving. But I said, no, girl, that's crazy. What is you talking about? Like Jay, what are you saying? Get yourself together. What are you talking about? You deserve modern. You deserve a beautiful granite countertops and huge bathrooms. Like the bathroom is huge. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's just giving you a vibe of peace and tranquility and beauty and creativity. Like you have all these different opportunities to just create what you want to create and live how you want to live, right? So think about these pieces as you are going on about your daily life and what it means to like what kind of life do I want to live? Not just business, right? Because your business is just the vehicle to all of this. But when it comes down to you, what is the byproduct of you being successful in your business? Because you could just be successful in your business and your life be just jacked up to wherever, to the highest, whatever. Like get to a place where it's fueling a life where you could be your best self. You know what I mean? So I just want y'all to think about that. Like put it on your like I want to go to I want to move to Cary, North Carolina. Move to Cary, North Carolina. Start visualizing it. Y'all know how I feel about manifesting without because you can manifest, baby. You can manifest. But that's all I got. I just wanted to come on live and give YouTube some love and come into a different space. But I just think that it's time for us to just make some things happen. All right. All right, y'all. Y'all already know if you are interested in coming into the MCEO Leadership School, definitely email me. I have a free training that is on my YouTube channel and it's also on my Stand Store link. So definitely watch that if you're interested. See, you should go starting up. But thank y'all so much for tuning in and make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, definitely make a comment. Let me know how you like this and put in the comments, not here in the chat, in the comments below. Put if you want to, definitely put what do you want me to talk about on this channel? What are some ideas? What are some things that you would like for me to speak on regarding business growth, woman stuff? And as it pertains to women. So very, very curious to know your thoughts. Y'all have a beautiful night. And until next time, go make some money.